Shall we start, sir? So, very good evening to you all. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur in Maharashtra State. It's organized a World Record Series 2. Today there is 271 day of the series, and the keynote speaker for today's session is on dais Honorable Sunita Lama ma'am. So first of all, I welcome to you, madam. I welcome the chief organizer of the World Record Series 2, our ideal Principal M. Bedkar sir. I welcome faculty members of my college and regularly attendees. I welcome to you all. The topic for today's presentation is the power of compassion. As I have mentioned, the keynote speaker who is going to deliver a talk upon the topic, the power of compassion. Ma'am, serving as a mindfulness, wellness and happiness coach at Siliguri, West Bengal. So we are going to hear now from the Honorable Coach, Sunita ma'am. I welcome to you, madam. Please start your presentation. The power of compassion. Please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And good evening to all the participants here. I thank you very much for your presence for this session. I have a very special and a very humble request. Can I please ask all of you to turn on your camera? Because the session will be interactive. So it would really be good if you turn on the camera, because the very first activity will require us to see each other, acknowledge each other's presence. So please could I have all of you turn on your camera, if that's possible. Okay, I can see ma'am, mostly ma'am, with the camera on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, madam. It would be better that just make a mic in front of you or the mobiles. A little bit sound is there.
Okay, sure. All right. Okay. I hope you can hear me better.
Good evening, all.
Good evening. Yes, thank you so much. So, we are going to start with this game. It's called I See You. The game is called I See You. So, the very first, without being selective, so the person I see in front, I'm going to start by saying, hello, my name is Sunita. I am here and I would like to welcome Miss Mosmi. Very happy to have you here, ma'am. I see you and you're very welcome here. So, ma'am, you can now choose someone else and say the same thing, that you're very present here. You welcome this other person and he or she is welcome in this space, the virtual space.
Thank you for lovely introduction. I know Prashant sir and Dr. Bedkar sir, they will invite you in a different manner, but the game has already you have started. So definitely, I can see Prashant sir. Okay, so I'm welcoming him in your session. I know it will be a very interactive and lovely session. So eagerly waiting for your pitch. Thank you.
So Prashant sir, you can introduce and welcome someone else.
Most welcome, madam. We are very happy to listen you. Please continue. Yes.
Okay. All right. So we go on with the presentation. Right. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes, madam. Perfect.
Okay. Good.
Go on. Yes.
All right. Okay. So we'll start with the story of Ubuntu. Has anyone heard the story? No. Okay. So an anthropologist went to Africa, to a village in Africa, and he saw these children playing outside, out in the open. So he decided to organize a game for them. So he took a basket, he filled it up with fruits, right, and kept the basket under a tree. Then he called all the children and he asked them to line up, asked them all to stand in a straight line, and then he would give them the key, like he would tell 1, 2, 3, start, and they would have to go running to the tree, pick up a fruit. And the person, the child who went to the basket first would get the entire basket. So this was the game. So he explained the rules to the children, and then they stood in a line, and he said, okay, ready, get set, go. And to his surprise, the children didn't run alone. Like there was no child running all by himself. They stood side by side, held each other's hand, and went running towards the basket together. And the anthropologist was very, very surprised. So then he called the children and he said, you had the opportunity. If you had run alone, you would have got the entire basket of fruit for yourself. Why didn't you run alone? And then the children said, how can I run alone and have the entire basket of fruit for me when the rest of them are going to be hungry? So this is Ubuntu. And the meaning of Ubuntu is, I am because we are. So welcome to this session on compassion. And on this theme of Ubuntu, let's look at what compassion really is and why is it all the more important in today's world. So, again, my humble request is, let's make this session very interactive, because I know you know a lot, and this is a platform where all of us can share, and then strengthen each other, right? So let's talk about this. Pick up an item of clothing that you're wearing right now. It can be a shirt, it can be a tie, it can be a coat, or even a pair of socks. Something as small as a socks or something as big as a coat. And let's look back and trace its history. This clothing that I'm wearing is a finished product. Where did it start? How many hands have gone into making this particular piece of clothing? Okay, 1 minute to think, and then someone can talk and share. Okay, just for now, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. So looking at what I'm wearing, maybe my shirt. Yeah. So this is a finished product. To have it finished and complete so that I can wear it, how did it come to this stage? Where did it begin? How did it begin? How many people were involved in making this shirt for me? Hello, can you hear me?
We are hearing, madam, but voice is low one.
Okay.
I,
Can you hear me now? Now?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Much better? Okay. All right. Okay, can anyone say something about the piece of clothing? Do you agree that there are number of hands many people needed to make everything that we have? Yes or no?
Yes, madam. Yes.
No. So then, why is it that, when it comes to making a decision, we become very individualistic? We become very self centered. What could be the reason behind that? So just have that question in your mind while I share the next screen. Okay. Now let's again go back to this. Okay, let's recall. Think of a time when somebody was compassionate towards you, kind towards you. And that person can be a stranger or someone in the family or a friend, someone you know or someone you don't know. An incident where somebody was very kind to you, and what happened on a physical level, emotional level, social level, and professional level. Okay? What happened when somebody was kind to you unexpectedly, out of the blue, random? Anyone would like to share?
Emotional level growth, madam.
You feel good. Okay? Physical level, when somebody was, okay? A time when somebody was kind to you. And it can be anything, like somebody, you reached your office and this gentleman made a nice cup of tea or coffee for you and brought it. Unexpectedly, you didn't expect it, you just did it. How did that make you feel? Physically, emotionally, socially, or psychologically, and professionally?
Firstly, firstly, we attach to the emotional level, madam.
Yes.
Then we think about the physical level, then the
Okay.
social, and then professional. Yes.
Yes. Emotionally, you felt happy, right? You felt happy. Physically, you felt, oh, what a nice place to be. Someone cares. Yeah, social, oh, I am not alone. There is someone else with me. Somebody does care about me, right? And professionally, obviously, this is a good place to work. And then your intention will become to give your best. So just that small act of kindness can change everything around us, right? Okay. So coming to this one. Now, Thich Nhat Hanh is a very famous Zen master, and he says, compassion is a verb, which means compassion is action. It's not just talking, it's doing, right? So, and why this truth that everyone around me, it doesn't matter who the person is. The person can be the richest, the poorest, person I don't know, person living in my hometown, person living somewhere else, anyone. As human beings, as living beings, everyone has this suffering. Everyone goes through pain. So, this common ground that makes us one. So, at the core of our being, we are one. Yes? And we have this suffering, we have challenges, and our ultimate intention or wish is to come out of that. We don't like it when we are in pain. We don't like it when we are suffering. We don't like it when we lose someone. Right? We don't like it when death happens. And this is common with everyone, as I said, little, old, rich, poor, Indian, American, Australian, doesn't matter. As human beings, we have suffering, but we don't want suffering. Right? So, can I then feel for all of us, understanding or knowing that the ultimate truth is no one wants to suffer. And if I can have this feeling of oneness for all sentient beings, then that suffering becomes bearable. Today we hear of depression. Today we hear UNESCO, the world, WHO has declared depression, loneliness is the newest pandemic. And we all know that there is no medicine cannot cure loneliness. Medicine cannot cure mental health issues. Medicine cannot cure depression. But if we can give love to each other, if we can support each other, if we understand what compassion is and begin to cultivate and practice it, then that is the solution to mental health and depression. That is the solution to loneliness. So understand, be concerned, stop judging each other. Let us not be very timid and tiny and selfish. Right? Can we open and look beyond prejudices, biases? Yeah? Can we be a support to someone, anyone, a pillar? Yeah? Can we be present to the suffering of others? That's compassion. And then, now, so this is not something that has just popped up, right? Science also backs this up. According to science, when I am kind towards someone, or when I'm even kind to myself, then there's a reward center in the brain that gets triggered, and I feel good. You know? So just as I said, when somebody gives you a glass of water, at once you feel nice. When somebody holds the door for you, you at once feel nice. When somebody just greets you and says good morning, good afternoon, you feel good. So that's what it does. Number two, being kind, being compassionate releases those happy chemicals. And that is very good for our well being. One good thing that it does is helps us stay young forever. At least, helps us stay young, increases our lifespan. So there's a lot of pluses. And I mean, the first quality that we look in each other is how kind and compassionate and loving we are. So it's a trait that we want in everyone. And this is common in all living beings. So science also backs it by saying that the more compassionate we are, the better our life will be. The longer we live, the younger we'll be, happier we'll be, and there'll be purpose to our life. There's a meaning to our life. And small things, unfortunately, we are so conditioned to believe that we must keep struggling and we must run and, always focus our attention towards achieving something outside, becoming famous outside, having a big house to show, having a car. But then doing these little things is what brings about internal happiness. And this internal happiness is what is important for our well being, for our sanity, for our overall good health. What we achieve outside, what we run for outside in the outside world is temporary. It keeps on, it's like a trap. Today I want a car, I have that car, I buy it, and then for a month or so I'm happy. Maybe for a year I'm happy. Then after that I want another car, a bigger one, a better one. And then it goes on and on. Today I have a house. Maybe I have a house, a 2 BHK house. For now I'm happy, but after 2 months, I visit my friend's house and I see that that's bigger. And then I come home and I say, oh, now I must get a bigger house. And then I go get a bigger house and then I want a big. So running after external things is important, but we must know where we should draw our line. And also come to this realization and do this self-check for ourselves. What is it that is important, truly important? So, and when we are compassionate, like as parents or at work, to in and around our workplace, with our children at home, when we show kindness and caring, then at once the signal that we send out is that this is a safe place. So you can show the broken side of you. So it becomes a safe space. Okay, and looking at the meaning of the word, there are 3 words that's important here: empathy, sympathy, compassion. Now, what is the difference? There's a very thin line that divides or separates them. So, empathy is when I see someone suffering or in pain, I feel the pain of that person. It's like as if I am going through that pain. So, from the aspect of feeling, I know how hurtful it is. I know how sad it is. That's empathy. Putting myself in the shoes of that person and exactly feeling that pain, that emotion, going through that emotion. Sympathy is I see someone suffering or someone going through a difficult time, and I don't feel it as much as that person, but I understand that person's pain. I understand. So there's a distance. Yeah? Compassion is I see it, I feel it, and then I am all ready to take action. So ready to go and do what I have to do in order to alleviate that pain. So action. Compassion is about not just feeling the pain and suffering of the person, not just understanding that, oh, that person is going through a crisis, but then waking up and saying, okay, that person is in pain. What can I do? How can I help that person? And that's compassion. Now, so we can be compassionate in various ways. We can be compassionate towards the others. We can be compassionate towards ourselves. And we can also have our arms open to receive the compassion from others. I mean, it's very easy to say this, but then when it comes into action, what is the problem? Now let's look at this. What is the most difficult about being compassionate towards others? What are the challenges? Can we share?
Compassion to others, madam.
Yes. Why do we hesitate to be compassionate towards others?
who are not believing through mind.
Not, sorry?
Apparently, we see towards that persons, but not too much trust to our sense.
Okay, not too much test to our senses. All right. Anything else? Why do we hesitate to be compassionate towards others? Is it because we don't have enough? Or what is it? You could even type. You could even type. Okay, so since there's no response, maybe, yeah, we are very short of time. We just have 45 minutes, so I'm going to continue. But please do, type or speak. Please don't hold yourself back, okay? All right. Yeah. So oftentimes we hesitate to help people, not because we don't have, but then because of our conditioning. Right? As children, we are taught, don't talk to strangers, they're dangerous, or what if I try to help this person and this person is going to say no? So it's going to be embarrassing. So all these things block us, our mindset. We are conditioned in such a way that we become incompetent, less confident. Yes, selfishness, very good. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. A lot of things that comes in the way of us showing this genuine goodness. And compassion doesn't just mean, there are many ways of giving. There are lots of people who give. But as you can see, majority of them give because they want to be famous, so that they have a name, so that tomorrow there's a big publicity. So and so gave this much, so and so did this, right? So there is that selfish interest even in giving. When we talk about compassion, it is being selfless. Selfless. Just because I want that person, I want to reduce that person's suffering. That's the aim. Not because I will become famous or people will start talking big about me, praise me, etc. Nothing of that. No strings attached. Okay? So for that kind of an action, our hesitation is maybe because of what we heard as we were growing up. That it's dangerous, it's not safe, talking to others, reaching out to others. So we have that built, conditioned mindset. So what can we do? How can we change that conditioning? All right. So nowadays, neuroscientists, there's a lot of study about rewiring, that our nerve cells, the nervous system, the nerve cells, the neural pathways can be changed. And that can be done if we consciously make effort to do something which is newly cultivated. So this conditioned mindset can be changed if we consciously make an effort to come out and do something. And it can be very small, like holding door for someone. Usually we feel, oh, why should I do this? But then check that mind and then come to this heart space and say, never mind, let me hold this door. If I hold this door for this person, at least it'll save some of his time, right? So changing our mindset and also coming to this understanding that all of us human beings have one thing in common, and that thing is we all want caring, we all want some kind of love, and we all want to be seen. So from that aspect, can I do something nice for someone? Right? And so we are always here in the head, right? Always here. I want to help, but from the information or the instruction that comes from the head is, Don't do it, you know. So rather, and then immediately I stop myself. But at that time, can I come to my heart space and check? Never mind what's here. I'll just go forward and help. So operating from the heart, the giving part, the compassionate part. And can I stop being judgmental about people? We are always very judgmental. We are always very biased. So I can bring change in me. I can open my heart and be selfless if I start to cultivate these things. Operate from the heart space. Forget about what I've been taught in the younger days. Forget about what others tell me, but do what my heart says is good for me. Yeah? And, when I'm kind to someone, even if that person irritates me or annoys me, like sometimes it happens, our children can be annoying. At workplace, you ask someone to do something, you instruct, and the person does not follow instructions, so that gets us annoyed. At that time, instead of being annoyed, can I be a little bit more caring and maybe correct that person, but in a nice, good way? Because that will be much more effective than shouting at that person, showing our frustration. Doesn't really work, especially nowadays, because we live in an age where people have become so sensitive. And again, there's a whole lot of reason for that. And putting ourselves in the shoes of that other person. If I can feel good when someone does something nice for me, I'm sure the other person can also feel good. So can I be nice to that person? Can I do something, even small, holding the door, offering water, carrying a bag, just smiling and saying good morning, good afternoon? Simple acts can change. And who knows what's going on in that person's mind, right? Or heart. Can we just forget about everything and just be nice? It can go to the extent of even saving lives. So that's how powerful compassion is. All right. Now, being kind has its, limitation. Okay, it has its own struggle, and we can work on it. But we also have this: when others are kind to us, nice to us, to receive that also we are hesitant, right? And we are hesitant. Why? Because of the same conditioning. You shouldn't take things from strangers. When you take things from others, it shows that you are weak. It shows that you are greedy. It shows that you are not ready. You don't have willpower. So a lot of these things have been told. And so we believe them. But for now, what happens? Receiving compassion, again, from the aspect of science, is as powerful as giving. When I receive something with an open heart, then I feel happy. And feeling happy means those happy chemicals are released in the body. So those chemicals being released, our stress, our anxiety, our anxiousness is forgotten, is replaced. So on the physical and psychological level, it has a lot of benefits. So we have to make an effort to give as well as receive. Receive with grace, not with hesitance. No, I don't want. We always do that. No, don't give me. I don't want. It's okay. But now, for our own good, can I receive it and just say thank you so much? Right? So receiving, yeah. Can I be gracious and open? Whatever is being offered to me, can I just take it? Maybe I don't need it, but can I just take it by making the other person will definitely be happy, but that will also benefit me. It's two-way. It's benefit both the ways. And again, from a very scientific point of view, there some changes happen in the body, and those changes are good. So if it is good, why not cultivate and practice? It is okay, and it's okay to be a recipient. I'm not going to be small. What I've heard from other people tell me, actually, there's no truth in that. So, as I mentioned earlier, we are human beings. Who are we to say you are higher than me or you are lower than me? Who am I to say that I don't deserve to take anything from you? Yeah? These are just conditions that we have come up with. There's no truth in that. Because we are interconnected. Like earlier when I asked you, go back and see where this piece of clothing, the stages it went through to become a finished product. We'll see that so many things from the time that cotton was planted to harvesting it, to getting it in the factory, weaving it, designing it. So many hands, so many brains, so many ideas have gone into making that. So this tiny piece of cloth that I'm wearing, if that, to get that ready, if there were so many hands, every aspect of my life, what I eat, what I wear, what I have, I need everyone around me. That's how it is. And they also need me. We all need each other. We are interconnected. So knowing that giving and receiving should be part and parcel of our lives. It's a two-way process. And the more free we are, the better we'll be. All the unhappiness that we have right now is because of that, because of this uptight nature that we've, brought up amongst ourselves. Just loosening up, releasing it. And then, now compassion to self. What are the challenges about being kind to myself? We talked a lot about giving to the others and receiving from others, but I'm a human being too. Just like others, I also need love and caring. And rather than expecting others to show me that kindness and caring, can I be that kindness and caring to myself? Can I offer it to myself? Being compassionate to myself is not selfish. In fact, that is enriching me, making me whole. And for me to be able to give selflessly, I must know what it is to receive and to be. And until and unless I'm not compassionate towards myself, then I'm only pretending giving others. Because I haven't tasted it. Till my hands don't get burnt with that hot water, how will I know that I should stay away from it? Right? So compassion is the same thing. Can I be compassionate towards myself? And the challenges, what are the challenges about being compassionate towards myself? Thing here, right? That I'm too judgmental. I feel that I don't deserve it, right? Critical. So to be compassionate towards myself, I have to stop judging myself. I have to stop telling myself that I'm no good. And accept myself. Yes, I'm a human being. And like all human beings, I'm not perfect. But what is the good thing in me? I'm trying. Every day I'm trying. And every day I'm becoming a better version of myself. So accepting this, accepting that I'm not perfect and recognizing that I'm working hard. Working hard in the office, working hard at home. If I'm a student, then working hard as a student. Or even overall, as a human being, I'm making an effort. I'm trying to improve my skills. It doesn't matter where I've reached, but I am putting in effort. So just recognizing and accepting. And drawing boundaries. That means, things that are toxic, things that make me unhappy, put me down, bring about a lot of negativity, where can I draw a line and say, that's not good for me? So in a very nice, gentle manner, can I draw a line and put a stop to it? That's compassion. Taking care of my happiness and well-being. And making time for myself. It's good to do the work. It's good to be there for others. But then can I also make time for myself? Because I also need some free time. I also need rest. I'm a human being, just like everyone. I also need pampering. So why wait for somebody else to do it? Can I make time for myself and just enjoy my coffee or my tea for half an hour, relax, put my feet up? However, I need that time. Can I make that time for myself? Very, very important. And appreciate myself. Why do we wait for someone to say, you're very good, congratulations, I really appreciate your work? Why can't I say that to myself? At the end of the day, just reflecting on the day and seeing, these are the number of things I've done today. Wow, that's a lot. So I really appreciate myself. It wasn't easy, but I did it. I tried. So appreciating myself. And where I failed, where I didn't meet the expectation, appreciating that too. I made a mistake. I wasn't good. Today my boss wasn't happy with me. Yes. Or today my children were not happy with me. That's okay. Yes, I know I made a mistake. Accepting it, not like we have this attitude that how can I be wrong? How can he say this to me? But that is putting a block. No one is perfect. No one. And so today I make a mistake, tomorrow somebody else will make a mistake. But when I make a mistake, and if somebody shows me that mistake, very graciously accepting it. Yes, I see that. I was wrong there. I'll be careful next time. Yeah. And yes, when I see it that way, I'll be careful next time. That's a learning opportunity. But if I resist, then I'm blocking myself. I'm, not giving myself the chance to become better. So actually, I'm harming myself. And it's also okay to be vulnerable, to show my weaker side. It's okay because that's what we are. We are not strong all the time. Sometimes we need that space to just be, and show that broken side of us, the weaker side of us. That's absolutely fine. And it's okay not to be perfect because we are human beings. If we were perfect, then we would not be human beings. We would be much higher. But the fact that we are human beings is that we are bound to make mistakes. We are bound to go wrong. And that's okay. So accepting, appreciating ourselves for whatever we have done. And knowing that whoever I am, whatever I am enough. I am enough. And that's not ego boosting, but it's just giving ourselves the opportunity to grow and to become better. Yeah. Okay, so there is this letter. Maybe today you will not be able to do it because we are running short of time, but you can do it as a practice, anytime you're free. Tomorrow is a weekend, maybe, and just read this letter out to yourself. To remind, to just have this fresh picture of how far I've come. So it's a letter write a letter to your present self, noting down your life's journey so far. So from the time you remember till today. Or if that is too long, then just 1 month for the whole of November, starting the 1st of November till the 30th of November. And today's the 2nd of December, right? Till today. What were the challenges that I overcame in this month? what were some of the achievements and appreciation I received? And what are some of the things I did for somebody else that helps that person? So writing this down and then reading it. Because many times we forget. We forget the amount of effort and the amount of achievement we've made, where we were and where we've come, the ladder that we've climbed. And reminding this is one way to practice self-compassion. When we see this in a concrete manner, then we feel, oh yes, I'm worth it. I deserve some appreciation. Yes. And also I did it myself. And we don't have time for this, but then yes, having this good feeling in our heart, sometimes we are not in a position to really go and act, When I may be inside a car and I see someone suffering, someone is in pain. I want to get down and go and help, but then for some reason, if I get down, then there'll be a traffic jam and people will start shouting. So that's not reasonable. So in that situation, what can I do is at least in my heart, I can feel maybe, I hope somebody else is there to help him. Having that good wish for myself and for everyone around. We have these good wishes for people we care for. But can I now open it up and have these good wishes for everyone? May you be well. May you be happy. May your sufferings, may you find a good solution for your suffering. And may your life be comfortable. Just sending these good wishes. We call this metta. In Hindi, it is metta bhavana. So even that, it's a vibration, it's an energy. It makes a huge difference. If I had more time, I would have explained to you. But yeah, maybe next time. Whatever I'm sharing with you is all through experience. Back my personal experience and why I have so much faith in this practice of compassion. Yeah. So just knowing that just like me, everyone, age doesn't matter, wealth doesn't matter, status doesn't matter, place, race, nothing matters. All of us want one thing, that is happiness. So knowing that everyone is craving for happiness, can I just have this good wish? May you be happy. May you be well. May you be free from suffering. That's it. Yeah? And the benefit is practicing compassion, being compassionate, helps us live a longer life. Our life becomes purposeful and meaningful. And then as I said, it generates, it activates, releases happy chemicals. So then it makes me, rather than being down and negative, I feel good. I feel happy. I feel positive. I feel energized. Yeah? And my relationships become better. I operate from my heart space, so I'm more human. I don't become selfish and self-centered. I'm more open, more giving, more kind. And the more I give, the more I'm actually receiving. And my health becomes better. Physically, I'm healthier. Yeah? Mentally too, my mental health as well as physical health is good. And the environment where I live becomes peaceful and calm. Today there's a lot of strife, fight, in the world. And everyone, all of us want the wars to stop, people to live happily, for there to be harmony. And this is one way. We have to start, we can do, if one person starts, then that chain, it becomes a chain reaction. It spreads. So the one becomes two, two becomes four, four becomes eight, and that's how it is. Why expect somebody else to take a step? Can I not do it? And whatever I can in my capacity, let me do it. Yeah? So, peaceful, caring, happy, harmonious environment and genuine happiness. Genuine happiness means happiness inside. Because we must remember that at the core of our being, all of us are gems. We are a jewel. We are a shining diamond. We just need to polish it little by little, little by little. That's it. And here, compassion, yes, compassion is not a relationship between the healer and the wounded. Like when I'm kind to this person, then I shouldn't feel, oh, I did something nice for this person. We are one. We are one. And we are the same. Compassion is only when we know our own darkness. I am reaching out to that person because I know what it is to be in that situation. Because I have gone through that. So when I reach out from that with that intention, then it is, we are seeing each other as one. And that's harmony. That's peace. Yeah? Only when we know our own darkness, well, can we be present with the darkness of others. So compassion for self comes first. When I'm sad, when I'm depressed, when I'm hurt, when I feel alone, rather than ignoring it, can I sit with it and see how it feels? How that pain feels? And give myself just presence and be with that pain. With that experience, I have the wisdom. And what we need is wisdom, not knowledge, wisdom. Because that's what is transformation. So with that, I think I'm dot on time. Thank you very much. And this namaste, the meaning is I'm bowing to the divine in you. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Thank you so much. Thank you from my heart for giving me this platform and for all of you for your presence. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam, for the wonderful presentation. Now I request all dear participants, if you have any query or would like to say something, please come ahead, dear participants.
Yeah.
हेलो
Welcome, Shukla sir.
हेलो नमस्ते मैडम.
Namaste, sir.
मैम आपने जो दया की बात बताया यानी करुणा की,
हाँ जी.
तो क्या तकनीकी यानी टेक्नोलॉजी का इस पर आज के युग में प्रभाव पड़ रहा है? कि जैसे मैं अभी एक घटना बताऊंगा. आज मैं दिल्ली की एक घटना देख रहा था.
हाँ जी.
तो एक व्यक्ति को 3 व्यक्ति पीटते हैं. पहले एक व्यक्ति पीटने आता है, तो दूसरा फिर एक चाकू लेके आता है, लेकिन वो जो पीट रहा है वो रोक देता है उसको. तो जहां तक है तो मैं ये मानता हूँ कि उसमें थोड़ी तो करुणा आई होगी, तभी उसने चाकू मारने से उसको रोका अपने मित्र को. लेकिन वहां पर जो वीडियो देखा है मैंने, उसमें मैंने 40 लोगों की गिनती की है. 40 लोग खड़े होकर देख रहे हैं. तो क्या वे 40 लोगों में करुणा नहीं है या डर है? ये मेरा सवाल है.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think that's a very good question. So, and आपने वो, I think you also mentioned technology. So, from this aspect of technology, that's what, and today it is all the more important for us to, at home, with our children, we have to make sure that we give them our presence, quality time. Because मैंने अभी आपसे बात किया ना, heart space, यही है कि हमारा, there are many, sorry, my Hindi is not very good. What I'm trying to say is, we have been so conditioned कि ये दिमाग से खाली काम करने का नहीं, तो ये होने से क्या हो जाता है कि we only rely on thinking, but when we operate only from the head space, then everything, that selfishness comes up. जितना भी आपने देखा कि वो मार रहा था और ये सब देख रहा था, उनको यही है कि मेरा जान बचाना है. Everyone is thinking only about themselves. पर ये किसी को भी नहीं हुआ कि let me take the risk and I need to step out. ये तभी होगा कि जब आपने ये एक्सपीरियंस किया हो. तो definitely there's a lot of we've become very mechanical. एक मशीन की तरह हम बन गए हैं. तो that is where I think the problem is. So thank you, sir. I don't know how much I was able to answer your question, but thank you for that question.
थैंक यू मैडम, आपका टॉपिक बहुत ही अच्छा है और आज इसकी जरूरत भी है, हमें समाज को जरूरत है इसकी आज. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैडम.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Swanand Shukla sir, please.
Good evening, Dr. Bedkar sir, Principal sir, Prashant sir. Good evening, Sunita ma'am. Wonderful presentation. Well, very well explained. Your slides were very self-explanatory, not too much content, and very much, we can get what you are talking and relating with the slides. Really, this topic is one of the very important topic what you have discussed today. I liked the part, appreciation of oneself. That is a great thing. We appreciate others. That is considered as a divine quality. But when we are appreciating ourselves, what I have done, we should go and look back and what we have gained and what we have got. We should thank to the God and we should express our gratitude to the gods. That is a wonderful part you have explained. My question is very simple. Like, in imagination we think a lot, but the reality is not so. And many of the times because of that, I limit myself to go forward for some actions. Limiting actions, saying no, that is okay for some, where the things we don't find need and it is not great. So over there we are saying no. But many of the times it happens that the sky is the limit, but we limit to some floors only, okay, and we stay there only, and we are not going ahead then. So to how to dissolve this question of the reality and imaginary thing, because my imaginations moves much faster than the reality, and I start thinking what will happen and what this will happen and that will, the person will say like this, and all kind of imaginations built in our mind. So how to dissolve this imagination and how to develop that kind of compassion with oneself? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. So I'm actually also, so to answer your question, there's just one sentence. Sir, we have our breath, है ना? हम breathe करते हैं, right? So the best way to come to myself and not be lost in my thoughts, imagination, all kinds of floating ideas is to breathe in, out, just to connect with our breathing. Yeah, sir, I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, Sirji. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just connecting with the breath and coming, seeing the feet is on the ground.
Yeah, because many times it happens. Sitting within 5 minutes, I can roam the whole world. That is what happened exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people oneself relax and do breathing exercises. I think that will be a solution. And the very important thing is to understand the what is the nature of the work we are going for, and what kind of yes, definitely we should think of pros and cons. But many of the times it happens I limit myself. I should have gone. Then I think after that I should have gone for this also. Right. So thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And it's okay. Let's be realistic. This is how much I could do this time, and this is good. Next time, I will take that step as well. I'll take that opportunity as well. Yeah? So, thank you.
I like to add one or two points for you. Two things I really loved. First, when you started with the game, I see you. So the first three, I mean to say word, it has created that impression that I'm seeing you, that means you are seeing yourself. That's my intake. And second thing is the story that you started before starting your presentation, the children. The caption I really loved, I am because we are. So this is the first empathy we have created. So this is the first mind shift actually. If we can turn around in our inside, I am existing because we are there. I can exist if we are together. So wonderful. So this is my intake and lovely presentation.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Honorable Jaivir Singh sir, Dr. Swanand Shukla sir, and Mausmi madam for the nice queries and expressed your views regarding today's topic. So thank you so much. Now I request the chief organizer of the series, Honorable Principal M. Bedkar sir. Sir, please welcome. And he have some words for today's session. Please welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I move towards the vote of thanks. Shri Kumarswami, Mahavidyalaya, Ausa, District Latur. As we know, organized World Record Series 2. Today we have completed 271st day of the series. And the resource person for today's session was on dais Honorable Sunita Lama Madam. She talked about the topic, that power of compassion, where Madam have covered all those details. What do the word compassion mean? I think the compassion shows kindness, caring, and willingness to help others. Then definitely others will showing their compassion towards us. Now it is the human quality of understanding the suffering of others and wanting to do something about it. Ma'am have explained the topic very nicely. At first, the story have said about the Ubuntu. I think it is an African philosophy, African people's philosophy, where all humans are deeply interconnected. Now the story has started with the Ubuntu. The topic have explained very sincerely, clearly in a simple language. The PPT was so much clear, and you have explained point to point, Madam. And really, it was very, as Principal Sir said, that it is a need of the time. It is a need of the today's, in the modern era of all the people. They have to be connected with the human sense. So thank you so much, Madam. You have given many examples. You said that difference between the empathy, sympathy, and the compassion. Then compassion to self, then the letter of appreciations, then the different kind of situations, how to fight the situations, how to show our compassion to others, and how to get the rewards from others. Now, these points you have covered very nicely. So once again, I'm very, very thankful to you, Madam. You accepted our invitations and ready to deliver the today's speech. So thanks a lot. I thank the chief organizer of the series, Honorable Principal Imam Betkar, sir. Also thanks faculty members of my college, Honorable Dr. Sunita Anita Dole, ma'am. Then IPAC College, Dr. Sanjay Kale, sir. Honorable Praveen Udge, sir, and others. Special thanks to Jaivir Singh, sir, Dr. Swanan Shukla, sir, Mausni, madam. And I should not forget all those dear and sweet participants who join the series regularly, encourages us. So thanks a lot to you all from the bottom of heart. Really, you are there. So we are moving the series ahead. So thanks to you all once again. Now request to you all, please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. So with the kind permission of the chief organizer, I declare today's session is over. Thank you once again, Sunita madam. Really, it was a very wonderful session. We appreciated a lot, and we expected and also invited to you. You deliver 2 more lectures from your sides. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye, sir.
Thank you, Prashant sir.